everybody. Hey. So I'm going to give it just a few more seconds and I'm going to give a few more people an opportunity to join. Okay. How y'all doing tonight? Y'all doing good? Today has been a day. Super busy, super all over the place, super getting things together. I am trying to get everything together for the end of this year, especially on the photography side, because those of you that are connected to me, you know that a few things are going to be changing in the business going forward. So with that being said, keep your eyes peeled and make sure you stay tuned in to all the things that are happening at Angelia Malbrew Photography and beyond. So I think I may have had a couple of people to enroll via Zoom as well. So we're going to give them a few moments, like I said, to hop on in here. When you come in the room, make sure you put a number 1 if you can hear me and a number 2 if you cannot. All right. So let's hop right on into it. Time waits for no man or no woman. So we're going to go ahead and get started today. So first of all, thank you guys for joining me in this Elevate Your Brand Masterclass tonight. And I wanted to share a few things with you all and let you know that, one, this is a really important class because I hear a lot of people talking about, what they're trying to do in this new season and how they're trying to bring things about and how they're just trying to piece it all together. So I figured that I could take the feedback that I'm getting from you guys and use that as an opportunity to help you to see exactly what I can do to help you to attract the people you want to deal with. Recording in progress. To help you to get all the people and the things together that will make your business and your brand and your life a little bit easier, right? Because nobody wants to be over here stressing out over things that aren't serving them. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and hop right on into this training tonight. And again, those of you who have decided to join via Zoom, make sure you can hear me. And when you come in, we're going to be on the way getting things all together and all mapped out. All right. So first things first, how to build a brand that represents your purpose and attracts your dream clients. That's what we're talking about today, and that's what we are going to take a deep dive into and get a little clarity around it. So number 1, welcome. For those of you that don't know me, I am Angelia Malbrew. I am the owner and founder of Angelia Malbrew Photography, the elevated brand, Angelia Marie Luxe Bags, and I also I have a coaching business, so I help entrepreneurs and leaders and executives to get all of the things concerning their business on the same playing field, on the same page, and so that I can help you get the lay of the land and take your business and your goals and dreams to the next level of where you're trying to go in your life, in your brand, in your business. Okay, so with that being said, hop right on in, grab your snacks, grab your, turn your devices on Do Not Disturb, because we have a few things we want to go over tonight and make sure that you get the best out of your use of time with me today. So number 1, we're going to talk about the 3 key elements of brand alignment. We're going to talk about your purpose, your visuals, and your messaging. So a lot of people, when you think about your brand messaging, the first thing you think about, what am I posting on social media? But it goes way more in depth than that. And also, number two, we're going to talk about how to identify and attract your dream clients with clarity and confidence. Because if you're not showing up with confidence, chances are people are going to move on. They're going to move along to someone that does have that confidence and someone that is ready to show them that they are in the right place and dealing with the right person. And we're going to talk about that as well. And next thing we're going to talk about is actionable steps to align your brand with your goals. So, your goal setting, this is 2024. This is December 2024. And you guys know that a lot of people, they wait until January to start setting their goals and doing things that they feel is good for their business and their brands. But I think you guys should do something different this year. I think you should start a little bit earlier. And I think you should go ahead and prepare your hearts and your minds to do everything you need to do to have a successful 2025. And let me see, because for some reason I am not showing up live on my platform with Facebook. But all right. Nevertheless, we are here and the people will come on in when they come on in. And also, we have exclusive bonuses. So make sure you stick around to the end because I do have a few things that I would like to share with you just for being a member today. And when I say a member, I'm talking about of this live class. Okay, so let's go ahead and move right along. All right. Let's talk about why alignment matters. Your brand is your handshake with the world. It tells your audience who you are, what you do, and why they should trust you. Have you ever thought about being in alignment with your brand and what that looks like to the outside world? Because if you have not, we're going to break that down tonight. And also, let's talk about the risk of being misaligned. Because it's cool and it's cute to have all your things together. But what happens when you are misaligned? You start attracting the wrong clients. It becomes a headache for you to deal with them. It becomes a part of your business, part of your life where you start dreading that business. You start dreading that job. You start dreading those things that used to be a joy to you because you're out of alignment. Number two, losing credibility and trust. When you do business with people, the main thing you want to do is gain their trust. You want to gain their insight and you want to let them know that you are a credible resource for them. And not just a resource, but a credible source. Because if you don't have brand credibility, if they can't trust you, what's the purpose of them doing business with you? You want to do business just like you do business with people you know, like, and trust as well. That same standard goes for them. They look at you the same way. So, and the third thing is missed growth opportunities. You can be tied up with the wrong people doing the wrong things at the wrong time, and you will miss your opportunity to grow. And so that's why if you have ever spent any time with me in real life, you will know that I will tell you in a heartbeat. And I try not to give people my views and opinions unless asked. But since you're here on my channel, I'm going to tell you what I have to tell you. Make sure you're aligning yourself with the right people. Misalignment can hurt. Misalignment has so many downstream impacts for you. So make sure that you're aligning with people that are on the same playing field with you or doing better, because you don't want to continue to do things that are pieces and parts of things that you did back in the past. Because if you're doing that, how are you really growing? You ought to be always looking for ways to grow and stretch your life, your business, your brand. Everything about you should be next level. What you did last year, you should be doing better next year. You should be doing better this year. The person you were yesterday, you should be doing better than that person you were yesterday. So make sure you're in alignment. Make sure that your brand is something that you value, something you really want to do. I know for me, I will quit in a heartbeat. If it's something that does not align with me and what God has for me and where I'm supposed to go, and it doesn't feel right anymore, I will leave it where it is. And I urge you to do the same, because you only have a limited amount of time on this earth. Don't waste it on people, places, and things that no longer serve you. And I say that with the most pure heart that I can say it with, because so many people live an entire life doing things and experiencing life with people, and they're not happy. They're in a place where, they're not content with where they are. They want to do better, but they continue to put themselves in a place where they're choosing to be hurt, choosing to be in situations, and even companies. Like I worked at my last corporate company for nearly 3 years, and not that it was a bad company, it's an amazing company, but for me it was no longer in alignment, so it didn't make sense for me to stay there. I had to leave because I had outgrown the place, I had outgrown the space, and I try to be very intentional with listening to what God is telling me and leading me into, especially in these days of my life. Because when I was younger, I heard it, but I was out doing what I want to do because I thought I was grown. But I'm at the place where now, like, let me go ahead and do what God told me to do, because that's going to be the easier way. Okay. Sometimes you just got to stop being rebellious and stop being a Scorpio or whatever y'all be saying when people with my birthday cut up. Like, just stop. Do what you're supposed to be doing. But anyway, let's move on. Crafting an engaging narrative. Here are the ways. One, you want to talk about the exposition. How are you exposing yourself to the world? How are you setting the stage for people to do business with you? Are you showing them that this is the right thing? Are you showing them that your product, your service is the actual thing that they should be having in their business? Are you showing them that? Can they realize that by looking at your social media or by having a conversation with you if you do a consultation in your business? 'Cause I know for me, I do consultations with my clients and prospective clients, I should say, and I can immediately determine if that person is a good fit. So I suggest to you is this: don't do business with people that you're not going to be happy about doing business with them. And all of this still goes within your alignment phase. Also, rising action. You want to try to de-escalate the tension and drama throughout any type of obstacles you may have and complications, because a lot of times when you get people that are angry, people that want to, throw you under the bus, because God forbid you be a Black business owner and do something wrong, they're going to throw you under the bus. They're going to throw you under the bus and run over you and back up and make sure they flatten you out, like the dude on Don't Be a Menace to Society. But anyway, and then you want to also make sure that when you're reaching a critical moment of high stakes and suspense, that people have a way of making things look good on their side, but you want to make sure you even the playing field, make it make sense for them, show them how you can be the person they need, give them what they need, and also create a client for life. What's the resolution? You want to resolve conflict. That's it. Resolve any type of conflict before it hits the media, before it hits the streets. And sometimes you might even have to put a PR out, because people have a way of trying to damage reputation for small business owners. And so I just want to put you guys in the mindset of when you start doing bigger business, your experiences become different. Okay. All right. Number 3, the 3 key elements of brand alignment. What's your purpose? What is your why? You want to align your brand with your mission, your vision. I don't know about you guys, but how often do you update your vision or your mission statement? If you haven't done that, that's something that I would suggest you do going forward, especially for this new year. You want to create a vision statement and a mission statement that now aligns with who you are now, because you're not the same person you were when you opened that business, when you started selling whatever you're selling or doing whatever you're doing. You're not that same person anymore unless you started yesterday. But make sure you're doing stuff that is still in alignment with who you are now. Also, you need to ask yourself and also some of your top clients, what problem do I solve for you? I like to ask my clients that because it's almost like a beta test. Like, what problem did you come to me for? And who do you serve? Do you know who you serve? Because do not tell me you serving everybody. Do not tell me that you are the obvious choice for every single client in the world, because you're not telling the truth. Do not tell me that. I need you to tell me who your clients are, who you serve. Tell me about them. And if you can't like figure all of that out, stick around to the end because I got something for you. All right. Also, visual identity. You want to ensure that you have consistency. You want to make sure your images are top notch. You want to make sure your design is good. And I get it. Everybody and their auntie has a Canva account now, right? But what are you doing with that account? You over there making a mess of your brand and your business. Don't do that. Okay? Do not do that. Get your life together. Get your life together on your brand and don't have your social media down and looking a mess. All right? Next thing, you know I'm gonna tell you every single time, them images must be up to par. They need to be together because that's your first impression of your expertise. How many people can look at your images and see you and who you are and what you do? Because some people are still using images from 10 years ago. Stop doing it, please. Please and thank you in advance. All right. Messaging. Are you clearly and authentically communicating your messaging to your clients? Can they really pick up on what you're trying to put down when you make a post? When you post something, when you send it out to the world, are you clearly and authentically being yourself? Because I'm telling you, they can pick up on it when it's not authentic. All right. Key message. Who you help, how you help them, and why they should choose you. You can actually use that as your next 3 posts. Congratulations. You're welcome. You got 3 new posts from me. Who do you help? Let's go ahead and create that. How do you help them and why they should choose you? You can make it in 3 posts or you can just make it in 1. I did that a couple of days ago. And the engagement that I got on that video, it was from people that I serve. It was directly speaking to the women, the entrepreneurs, the trailblazers, the women that actually care about their image. They resonated with that. And so that's what I'm telling you. When you're putting your messaging out there, make sure you don't have to talk to everybody. Talk to that one person. If your avatar has a name of, I don't know, maybe Brianna. Okay, Brianna is your target audience, right? So if you're talking to Brianna, make it clear that you're talking to her. I ain't saying you got to say, oh, Brianna, I'm talking to you today. No. When I say talk to Brianna, I'm talking about if she is your target audience, because that's your avatar, that's the girl that you named, that's the person you named her to be. Go ahead and talk directly to her. You don't have to talk to everybody else because they ain't your clients no way. All right. Next thing, I want you to think about identifying and attracting your dream clients. So here are the steps to attract the right audience, because you can attract anybody off the street. But once you sit down and number 1, define your ideal client. Who are they? What do they value? Me, I know who my clients are. They are established professional women in business. Typically, they're over the age of 40. They are settled. They are in a stable relationship or they are married. They value their image. They are leaders. They may have worked in corporate America for some time, or maybe they have been an entrepreneur for at least 3 to 4 years. They have their finances together. They are professional. You can catch them at conferences. You can catch them at events. They typically fly Delta or at least first class on every flight they go. They do a lot of traveling, and a lot of times they are pouring into everyone else, so much so that they are not taking the time that they need to pour into themselves. That's who that's who Angelia is, because I named my avatar after me, because that's me. And so I pour into everybody else. I am my target audience. And so when I'm making conversation, I'm talking to me. I'm talking to people that are just like me. All right. Number 2, do you understand their pain point? My pain point. I don't have time. I am doing everything. And you guys know me, like I am an action taker. Me and one of my friends was laughing about it this morning. She was like, "Oh, I know you, sis." She was like, You get things done." She was like, "And I have to be proud of you for that." And I just that's the way I try to live my life. Like, do I have 100,000 things going at any given time? Absolutely. But don't be judging me because y'all do too. But at least I'm being honest and I'm standing up for who I am and what I say I am and what I do. But this is something that you guys should definitely consider. See, you guys should definitely consider thinking about what their pain points are and what are their desires. Like, what do they want that they really can't place their finger on? What do they want that they can't bring themselves to get done each day? Or if you have, for instance, like I have a friend, she's amazing, and she has like inspirational teas, right? Her brand speaks to me. Well, she has two of them, and like on the weekend, one of her brands speak to me, and then on like through the week, the other one speak to me. One of them, high energy women is for women that they need a little inspiration in their life because they're doing all the things and they're pouring into other people as well. And so sometimes they just need something to remind them that, hey, it's okay for me to take a moment and do something nice for myself. And sometimes you just need to put it on a shirt, you know? And she also has journals and things like that. And so it's just when you know who you're talking to, it makes it so much easier to sell to them because it's just like this. Think about it like this. When you're getting ready to do like a Facebook ad or something, right? And when it asks you, do you want to just target, I think it's 18 to 25, 25 and up, or do you want to let Facebook choose? And okay, cool. Facebook has everybody's information, but you know exactly who your target market is. I'm not telling you, this is not ad advice. I'm just telling you what I do. Sometimes you have to target the right people to get the best results. For instance, when I was running my age campaign for women, I didn't need them showing my stuff to men. But one time I was like, oh, let me let Facebook do it. And guess what they did? Showed it to men. Guess who was in the comments talking about they like the women? The men. And so you have to talk directly to your people, especially when it's something extremely specific, like, it's a gender specific product or item or service. Because while I will photograph men in a corporate setting, my target audience is not men. Are not men. I'm not looking to bring a man to my studio for a luxurious experience. No, I have one guy, maybe two that I feel comfortable shooting with. Not saying it's anything wrong with a man because I think men are amazing. They're awesome. I'm just not your photographer. There are so many other photographers out there that love to photograph me, and I'm not one of them. Like, I am my target audience. And so for me, I'm talking to women. I'm talking to women over 40. I'm talking to women that need this experience. Women that, they would rather pay for somebody else to have, what they need to have, but they haven't done anything nice for themselves in a while. Now, me, I have learned to take care of Angelia. So that's why I can speak from a place of been there, done that. But it's a lot of women out there that need the self-care. They need the love. They need somebody to pour into them. And that's what I do at my sessions. Like, we pour into these women. It's not them just showing up for a photo session. Like, it's an entire experience. And so for me, that's what I would like if I'm going to a photography session. Like, I want somebody to take the time to ask me how my day was. How was my week? Tell me that, I got you. You don't have to worry. I'm gonna help you with your little gooseneck when we do these photos. Like, I'm that girl. I'm gonna help you with that. And I'll tell you, don't worry about it. I got you. And I'm gonna photograph you in the best light ever. And I'm gonna make you feel extremely beautiful. So that's what I do for my clients. That's what I expect. So why wouldn't I do that for them? Okay. All right. I want you to also think about how you can craft a message that speaks directly to their needs. And if you haven't sat down and thought about that, I have something for you. Just stick around to the end. But right now, think about 3 things that come to the top of your mind that your client audience may be. And when I say client audience, I mean your dream client may be struggling with. And you don't have to share it in a chat if you don't feel comfortable, but I do want you to write that down for your own knowledge and notes if you haven't already done that. Because a lot of people, they'll say, oh, I know, but do you really? Do you really? All right. You had time to write that down because you seen it on the screen when I started talking. All right. So next, let's talk about actionable steps to align with your brand. One, we're going to audit your current brand. Does it reflect your expertise and goals? If it doesn't, it's time for a change. Next thing, we want to clarify your brand story. What do you want your audience to feel when they encounter your brand? For me, it's luxury. It's a place and space where I bring people where they don't have to worry. Luxury is like the absence of worry. That's what it feels like to me. It's like you bringing somebody into the fold where they don't have to worry about anything because they're covered. Like they are in a place where they can relax, they can let their hair down, and they don't have to worry about anything. That's the experience I like to give my clients. Also, investing in high quality visuals, photography, design, and branding materials. They exude professionalism. I can't tell you how many times I've been to networking events and I've seen people give me business cards that were extremely unprofessional. Why would you give me a business card with a cartoon on it? I just will never understand it. Because like I'm not going to be riding around town looking for this cartoon person, right? And if I was to ever see you again, I wouldn't even know who you are because this looks nothing like you. So make sure all of your stuff is together. Make sure your font is legible on your business cards if you're using business cards. Some people don't use them. Some people are using digital. If I'm going to a big networking event, for instance, like when I go to the big conferences I go to twice a year or multiple times a year, but who's counting? I use a digital business card because my business material is very expensive, and I only give it to people that are serious about doing business with me because my material it costs a lot, and so we don't want to be throwing things away and giving them to people that are going to say, hey, it's almost like you shoving something in somebody's hand and they didn't ask you for it. You know what you tell them to do? Throw it in the trash. So I don't want you throwing my stuff in the trash because I worked hard to create it. And I feel like I did above and beyond to make sure I had this beautiful marketing material for my clients and for my target audience. And so I want to make sure that I'm giving that to them. However, make sure that you have some professional stuff if you're going to the networking events. Speaking of networking events, have you guys applied for the Elevate Your Brand Society? I'm sorry, Elevated Brand Society. If you have not applied for that, I want to go ahead and tell you a little bit about it. The Elevated Brand Society is for professional women. It does not matter what age group you are in, but it is for women that, you know, they're tired of going to all the unnecessary, and I'm going to say unnecessary because they're not fruitful, networking events where they're getting all of them, their entire existence together. They're getting the hair, makeup, nails done, because all of that is an expense that we have to pay for as women. And so you're going to these events and then you're leaving with a handful of business cards from people that, you know, they are not really in business. They're just there because somebody said it was free food. They're coming to all the free stuff, but you never see them making any business connections. You never hear about them doing business with anybody. And you'll see them all the time. Like these people are just out and about. They're just in the way and they're not really trying to do business, but they're in there just saying that they went to a networking event. I don't know if they're doing it for a photo op or what, but it's those type of people that a lot of times you'll give your information to, and then you'll try to follow up with them. And when you follow up with them, what happens? Crickets. Or they're ghosting you, or they'll tell you, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that. And they'll literally waste your time until it comes time for them to invest. And I hate those type of situations. And so I decided to create a society that gives networking advice, experience, and it also helps people to learn how to do it the right way. But it's more than just networking. It's a group and network of women from all over the world that will come together. You're going to share ideas, you're going to share information. There will be trainings in the portal, there will be resources in the portal, there will be so many things that you can do to help get your life in a position and your business in a position where it grows and it magnifies for you. And so that's what I want for every woman that is under the sound of my voice and those that will listen to this later. I want you to be with a committed group of women that will not only speak your name in the room when you're not there, but they will also represent you well. Because a lot of times you deal with people that, they'll say, "Oh, I'm gonna promote you, girl. I'm gonna share your stuff," but are they really? Are they really telling people about you? How many times have you done business with people and put money in their pocket and they haven't done the same for you? I don't want that. I don't want a group of spectators in this group. That's why I decided to create the application process. There is a membership. I know, right? There is a membership cost for this because I wanted it to be premium. And if you have it free, what's the difference between this and other groups? Because you even go to the Chamber of Commerce and you're going to pay minimum. And I don't know how much it is everywhere else, but I know here in my area, you're going to pay a minimum of $500 a year. Are you guaranteed to get connections? Absolutely not. Because the ones that I have been a part of, let me take some water at this point because the memberships that I have been a part of since being here in Arizona, they have been very lackluster, to say the least. And I feel that it was my duty, my civic duty, um to create something for people because I keep hearing the same thing over and over and over, like that was a waste of my time, and nobody wants to waste their time. So I wanted to create a group of women, and number one, let me just tell you this: the group will not be on Facebook. It will not. The group will be on a different app, on a different platform, because we want to weed out the noise of that part of social media, because I want people to be able to come in the app and do the trainings and learn what they need to learn, get things that they can take away from. And we're going to have events. Normally, I was going to say this. I was thinking about doing them quarterly, but then again, knowing what I know and loving the way I network, is probably going to be monthly, because I feel like that's going to be important. And especially with the structure that we have for pricing, because you're going to have an opportunity to promote your business. You're going to have an opportunity to do vending events with us. It's so much information and so many amazing benefits to being a part of this society. It is just too much to talk about here, but I did want to give you guys a little insight because I know some people are going to be hearing this after. So if you have questions, make sure you reach out to me, and I'll go back on the various platforms and leave the information in the comments as well, because for some reason when I put comments on my live here, they're not showing up after. So I'll go back and put all the links and information that I'll tell you about later on in the training, as well as the application link for the Elevated Brand Society. All right, let's move on. Okay, we are nearing the end of this presentation. So we want to talk about now the exclusive Cyber Week bonuses. So number one, with any booking session, or if you purchase a gift card, you will get some type of free digital media kit. When I tell you, if you know me and I get in here and start creating and designing stuff, it's amazing. So I want you guys to make sure you take advantage of that. If you have not booked any sessions this week, you still have 24 hours to book. I think my last email for this week is going out in the morning. So make sure you pay attention to that, because all of these bonuses and special offers that are attached to the Cyber Week deals will go away as soon as the clock strikes 59. Now you got a little bit more than 24 hours. I think I did it for 11:59 tomorrow night. But seriously, do not wait on this, because I want you guys to not miss out on an opportunity to change your business. Number 2, the entry into the elevated brand session giveaway. So if you have not registered for that and you are an established professional business owner and you know that it's time for a change, and maybe you just can't afford to get your session done right now, this is a great opportunity for you. Now, let me just say this. This is not for people that are playing in business. This is not for people that are doing a million things. You're not focused on anything and you haven't done anything with anything. This is not for you, sis. This is not for people that just want to come and get something free, get the experience, and not do anything with your brand. This ain't for you, sis. This is not for the people that want to use this service as just an opportunity to do a quick video and say, oh, I had this elevate your brand experience, and you're not doing anything with your brand. This is not for you, sis. This is for people that are serious professionals in business that are ready to take their business, their brands, and their lifestyles to the next level. It does have some amazing bonuses, but I dare not mention them here because I want to keep some things exclusive, because even with my sessions, I never share every single thing that happens in the session. I don't, because one, I want to make sure that, the client is not, a lot of times there's so much pouring into clients that I do that they don't have an opportunity to just enjoy the session with other photographers that, are not me. But for me, I want them to have an opportunity to relax and enjoy and let their hair down. Do you see little clips? Absolutely. You may see a 15, 20-second clip, but I guarantee you it's not everything that we do. So with that being said, I do want to keep some things exclusive. Thank you. It really is amazing. I want to keep some things exclusive to the client. So you have to enter to win. And also, in order to win, you must be present. So the giveaway will be on 12/12. The last day to enter is 12/11. 12/10, because I need time to go through with my assistant and see, once we go through reviewing these applications, and I've had a couple of people to apply and they don't fit the bill. I want to make sure we are getting people in that are serious about this. And I'm so serious about this because this session is valued at over $10,000, first of all. And I want to be intentional about the people that are entered into this drawing. I know a lot of people, they'll say, oh, Jill, just go ahead and enter. And yeah, you're entering, but are you really getting the people that you think would be a good fit? For me, that's important. All right. So thank you so much for sticking around. The last thing I want to tell you about is the free consultation that you can get for your brand and downloading your freebies for attending. So if you want the free brand strategy session that I am offering because you attended this live, make sure you see me after class. You can DM me. You can put a number 2 in the chat that you're interested, or you can go ahead and like I said, you can send me a DM. I'm not gonna bite your head off. Just say hi before you come in my DM though. But yeah, if you're interested in doing it's a 20-minute consultation, and I can help you to go over things with your brand, any questions you may have. Now, what this is not is a pick your brain session. Now, I do have pick your brain sessions. If you want one of those, I can give you the link for that. But this consult is all about you and your brand. Okay, so with that being said, thank you so much for attending. I think I may have one more slide. Okay, yes. So next step, book your session or sign up for the vision board party. Now, the vision board party the date is going to move until January the 10th, because for some reason people don't believe in doing vision board parties in December, which is crazy to me, but whatever. We'll see y'all next month. And also, I want you to start applying what you've learned today and start aligning your brand with your purpose and your goals and what you want out of this life and this business. And number 3, connect with me for your free consultation if you're ready to dive deeper. Now, if you ain't ready to take it to the next level, don't even waste that spot that somebody else could use. Okay? All righty. So thank you so much for attending. And remember, your brand is your power. Let's make it unstoppable in 2025. Don't forget to claim your bonuses, join the giveaway, and take action today. All right. Thank you so much for joining, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.